Although my men better come with romance though, because God, I waited for too long. You better be full package, You know what I mean? Clock it, like the Gen Z would say. Hi, this is Karen, and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. So, for the month of February, I've been talking about my book and, just breaking it down as someone who read the book from the outside. Right. So, I want to talk about one of my favorite chapters in the book. It's titled Romance is Not Love. I'm going to read out some of my favorite quotes on the book and just, talk about it. And hopefully, this will speak to someone. So, the book is titled How to Be Single. It's available via the link on my bio on my social media. I'm also going to drop the link here in the description box. It's it's 7K for the physical copy and 5,000 naira for the e-book copy. Right. So I'm gonna read this. Romance is not love, right? Recently, I developed feelings for someone, though our relationship lacks definition, but included intimacy. When he started to withdraw emotionally, I panicked. It forced me to confront the difference between romance and love. I asked myself honestly, why do I like him? Why am I attracted to him? He had charisma, humility, wisdom, and a dedication to his craft that I admired. He was a thought leader, someone others looked up to, but I didn't know him well enough to love him. I was attracted to how he made me feel, the romance. We both enjoyed the excitement that romance brought. So, why did I say this? Because sometimes when you admire people or you like someone or I don't want to say fall in love with someone, but like fall in love as regards how we describe it, right? It's not necessarily because you love that person, but it's necessarily because sometimes it's because there are parts of this person that you wish to become. That used to happen to me a lot before I found myself. I found that I was attracted to certain kind of men who are outspoken, who appear powerful. I'll say appear powerful because when I did get to know them, I realized a lot of them were insecure. They just used that persona to, hide a lot of their insecurities. So men who appear powerful, outspoken, have like a sort of influence on people, are great speakers, appear very intelligent, appear emotionally intelligent, because sometimes some people may appear emotionally intelligent. Some people know the right words to say, but when it comes down to actually doing it, you see that they fail. So I realized that I was attracted to men like that because that's who I wanted to be as a person. I wanted to be a speaker. I wanted to be someone who people look up to. I wanted to be someone who had real influence. I wanted to be someone who inspire young people. And I wasn't that person. So I would be attracted and immediately think I was in love with that kind of person. But when I began to, take time out to really, get to know myself, I realized that this was a pattern for me. And I said, you know what? Instead of being attracted to men like that, why don't I become that person? Like attracts like, right? So I became that person who now I'm a speaker. I'm very much comfortable with who I am. I'm a thought leader. I have people who are inspired by my work. And now I find that what happens is that I now attract people who have like minds, who are like me. So sometimes what you feel for a person is not necessarily love. It's an attraction to their potential. It's an attraction to how you perceive them to be. A lot of people, a lot of women, especially people who are extremely romantic, you are not able to fall in love with a person as they are. You love them for their potential, for who this person you've created in your mind. This is how this person should be, not who they are. And I'm not judging you. I used to be that kind of person. But now, I always say this, action speaks louder than words. If you like, talk for money now. Is how you treat me. How you treat me. that I'm going to take you. If you like, promise me heaven and earth. What you do is what I'm going to take and interpret as who you are as a person. I'm not trying to fit in the boxes. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just taking you for what you do. So let's go to another one. Okay, when people say they're looking for someone to complete them, I find it unsettling. You shouldn't seek completion in another. You must be first be whole on your own. Relationships shouldn't be escape. They've become so today, evading personal issues by focusing on others. Everything I write here are things I have experienced. Before I found myself, my relationships used to be escape. Like romance used to be an escape. Like I'm having a bad day. Oh my god, I'm starting to think about this person. I'm going through the motion of work. My work can be so stressful. And I just need a distraction. I'm thinking about this person. I'm fantasizing about this person. I want to be in their presence. I want to be with them. Yada 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 yada, until I realized how that was putting me into a lot of trouble, because it was making me blind to a lot of things that I should have been seeing, but I wasn't seeing, because for me, the relationship was like a way to just run away from my problems. And then I became hyper focused on my partners. Like I would be so invested in their lives. I'll be so interested in everything they're doing. I'll be so available because I was trying to run away from my life. But the moment I actually took time to actually love myself and accept myself and found a much more healthier ways to cope with stress, which is for me, can be watching movies, can be going out, can be listening to music, can be fitness is also a good way for me to distress. I love fitness. I love to run. I love, activity that makes me blow off steam. So I have now filled my life with a lot of things that help me, help distract me from work or whatever it is stressing me out, that I don't necessarily need a partner to do that for me. So when I finally find someone who is just willing to, be there for me, it's easy to just let them be there in whatever capacity they can be, and, make my judgment from that, instead of placing unnecessary expectations on them, you know, and then now be disappointed. Of course, for me, it's like I take a back seat and I study you, and I see who you are and how you're able to show up for me. And if I feel like this isn't working for me, I'm going to communicate that to you. If I communicate that to you and you're not willing to do something about it, because I believe that love should meet you halfway, and I also believe that you should love people how they want to be loved, because that's how I would approach loving you. I would get to know you and try to find a middle ground to love you how you desire to be loved. So yeah, go into a relationship as a complete person. Don't go there incomplete and hoping that your partner will fill up space. Have friends. That's one of the things we talk about in this book. Have friends, have community, have things you're doing. Go on solo dates, go on concerts. I've gone on concerts by myself. I've gone for events by myself. And at first it's awkward. Eventually you just meet someone, you start talking. So you need to have a strong sense of who you are as a person before you go back into a relationship. Seeking romance can lead to attracting emotionally unavailable men. I'm not discrediting romance, but understanding it is very vital. So yeah, like I said this before, if what you're seeking for is romance, oh my god, it takes me out, buys flowers, buy this, buy that, you're just seeking the surface things. Man, that's just what you're gonna get. That's just what you're gonna get. You're gonna get chemistry. Romance is chemistry. But when it comes to actual love, like actual someone being there for you, it's way beyond romance. It's way Some men are not even romantic. So what if you find a partner who's not romantic, but shows up for you in every other way that a man or a partner should show up for you? Are you not gonna, just miss out on having someone support you? Although my men better come with romance though, because God, I waited for too long. You better be full package, you know what I mean? Clock it, like the Gen Z would say. Many of us feel insecure, incomplete, with low self-esteem. We idolize those who possess the traits we desire. For some, romance becomes a trauma bond. If you're a people pleaser or a fixer, eager to fix others' lives but not your own, you attract damaged men needing fixing. Two things that stood out. For some, romance becomes a trauma bond. I remember being attracted to someone last year, and I kept saying to him, I'm worried that we're trauma bonding. I'm worried because it feels like you're the kind of person I would naturally be attracted to. Is that healthy? Is that healthy? Do you get what I mean? Because it seems like you have traits of men who I would naturally be attracted to. So it made me really take my time to study that person, to study them. And I kind of was right. I don't know. I won't completely say I was right, but like that kind of is what one of the things I look out for. Like I don't want to, if there's instant chemistry, instant romance, it makes me pull back a little to observe. Not shut you out, just observe because I want to be sure that we're not trauma bonding. And people pleasers or fixers are always eager to fix others, but not their own. So when you're eager to fix people, you attract men who need fixing. Every time you're eager to fix people, you attract men who need fixing. See, I'm not your mother. I'm not your sister. If you have issues, fix your issues. I remember saying to someone last year, I said, look, I have things I'm dealing with and I'm healing from. I'm sure you do too. But I'm not making it your problem. I'm healing from them. And I'm trying as much as possible to show up for you in the best way I can, even though it's not perfect. So I expect that you do the same. Don't dump your problems on me and I expect that I would understand because what? I'm not dumping my problems on you. So please, ladies, you're not the fixer. You're not there to fix him. You're not there to be his mom. You're not there to be his therapist. You're not his therapist. You're there to be in an equal relationship with someone who should show up for you. I'm not saying that this is not saying that a man cannot be down and talk to you or your partner cannot be down and talk to you. Of course there's a place for that. But when they start using their trauma as an excuse to be badly behaved, that's when you have a problem. Get me? Okay. So what I always say, I have said this so many times on my YouTube channel, I'm gonna say it again. I understand, but that doesn't mean I accept. All right. Don't forget to buy the book, How to Be Single. It's a quick read. In 1 hour, you're done. I'm going to put the link in the bio. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Comment, like. I love you.